A vessel at sea operates under two sets of laws. First, physics, weather, resistance, and fuel consumption. Second, the laws of the contract. That contract is the charter party, and it serves as the commercial engine of the entire voyage. This commercial reference manual outlines exactly how the charter party governs every financial parameter. It establishes the freight rates, the speed and consumption warranties, the allowed lay time, and the demurrage penalties. Traditionally, voyage optimization plans have focused entirely on the physics. They model multiple route options and apply weather routing to find the path that burns the least fuel in the shortest transit time. However, high-speed transit provides no commercial return if the vessel arrives at a time when the contract prevents cargo operations from starting. When a ship drops anchor but cannot start its operational clock, it enters a period of unclocked port waiting time. The vessel is idle, but the costs of vessel hire and auxiliary fuel keep running. Without commercial awareness, optimizing solely for physics routinely guides a vessel into expensive waiting periods, turning the fastest physical route into a massive financial liability. To start the cargo operation clock, the master must tender a notice of readiness. This formal document is the legal trigger that begins laytime, the free window the charterer has to load or discharge. However, many charter parties contain a constraint known as SHEX, meaning Sundays and holidays excluded. Under these terms, the laytime clock cannot run during designated weekends or public holidays. If a vessel under restrictive SHEX terms arrives on a Saturday evening, it hits a contractual wall. Because it arrived during the exclusion window, the laytime clock completely pauses until Monday morning. While that clock sits at zero, the vessel is still burning auxiliary fuel at anchor and accumulating its daily hire rate. The commercial benefit is suspended, but the operating expenses are not. Over a standard 48-hour weekend exclusion, the voyage bleeds tens of thousands of dollars in profit before a single piece of cargo is moved. The objective of voyage planning is reaching the destination exactly when the commercial clock is legally allowed to start. To prevent vessels from falling into the SHEX trap, the engine ingests the specific terms of the charter party as hard mathematical constraints. The engine first categorizes the NOR tendering terms, evaluating if the contract operates on a 24/7 SHINC clock or restricted SHEX variants. Under SHEX 2, arriving 1 hour past the Saturday noon cutoff triggers up to 44 hours of unclocked waiting. The next constraint is turn time, a contractual buffer, often 12 to 24 hours, granted to the charterer to prepare the berth before laytime officially begins. The engine must add turn time to the arrival timestamp. If a vessel arrives Friday night but carries a 24-hour turn time, commencement eligibility lands directly inside the restricted weekend zone, delaying laytime until Monday. Finally, the engine applies port working hours, restricting laytime commencement to specific local time windows, like an 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. shift. These contractual clauses define the precise mathematical landscape the algorithm must navigate to maintain voyage profitability. This diagram illustrates the engine's two-phase cost model, categorizing port waiting time into two financial vectors. The first phase is T1, the discretionary wait, spanning from arrival to the last moment the operator could influence laytime commencement. T1 is costed at the daily hire rate. The vessel is employed but unproductive. The second phase is T2, the forced idle wait, where the vessel is trapped by contractual exclusions before laytime begins. This forced idle wait is costed at the demurrage rate. It is treated as pure waste, applying a heavy penalty fee that damages the voyage's bottom line. At a $15,000 daily demurrage rate, T2 rapidly accumulates debt. Additionally, auxiliary fuel consumption runs continuously beneath both phases as generators burn fuel throughout the wait. To solve this, the engine runs thousands of simulations, sweeping different approach speeds to pinpoint the exact recommended arrival window. The algorithm's strict mathematical objective is to find the specific arrival time frame that minimizes the T1 hire costs, reduces the auxiliary fuel burn, and completely eliminates the T2 demurrage penalty. Executing within this exact arrival window prevents the compounding financial damage of forced waiting. An optimization algorithm is entirely dependent on the integrity of the data it ingests. Charter parties are living documents. During a voyage, demurrage rates get renegotiated, and destination ports update their public holiday schedules. If the engine optimizes the route using stale contractual data, it will calculate the wrong T2 penalty and recommend an arrival window that results in massive waiting costs. To prevent this, the system enforces a strict operational safeguard, the 7-day verification prompt. Exactly 7 days before estimated port arrival, the system requires the human operator to audit and manually verify the commercial constraints. Once terms are confirmed, the engine recalculates the two-phase model, snapping the route to a new, highly efficient physical curve. The system then displays a delta cost, showing the exact dollar value saved by switching to this commercially optimal route. The mathematical engine requires human accountability to ensure its models reflect current commercial reality. The charter party functions as the primary operational blueprint for the voyage. It establishes the parameters of profitability, dictating every physical maneuver the vessel makes at sea. For modern operators, profitability depends on synchronizing the ship's arrival with the exact start of the laytime clock. Success requires matching the physical speed of the ship with the strict commercial timing of the contract. Notice of readiness optimization applies the logic of the contract to the speed of the ship, ensuring every mile sailed contributes to the voyage margin.